देवं कंसचारूणमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। So we were on second chapter, right? So we didn't move much when you left. So we are on second chapter and we are, Krishna Bhagavan was talking about ourselves. What are you, right? He's talking about your real nature, what you are. We are talking about that we are what? A consciousness, immortal soul, that it doesn't have a birth, have no death, right? So that's what we learned so far about ourselves. There was a lot of characteristics we talk about it, that we are immortal, there is no birth, no death, there is no mutation, there is nothing. It keeps going on, right? It just changes the body when the body dies, or when the body comes in place, it gains another body. So that's what we talk about a lot. Then we say what is behind it. There is a saying, what is behind you and what is coming in future not yet came, that's not significant. What is significant is what is inside you, what is within you. That's important for you, right? It's not that what's past, because we don't remember the past, or we don't have control on the past. Do we have control on the future too? We don't have. What's going to come? We don't know, right? But what is within us, that's what we need to know. That's the solution for all our problems. But what we do is we think we are this body, mind and intellect, and we keep on finding the solution of our problem in worldly things, what we see outside us, right? We see, oh, if I get this house, I will be very happy. Or if I get this toy, I will be very happy. So we actually keep on finding the solution outside. But our Veda says that everything that we have, the solution that's inside us. We need to look inside us and figure it out what we are, right? So Bhagavan was giving all this knowledge to Arjun, and Arjun was really confused, right? At this point where we were, he was very confused. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to recite the shlok from 21 to 29 that we did from last time, and then we will start with the whole summary about shlok from 21 to 29. So Darshu, we are on chapter number 2. So pull out chapter number 2, everybody. And we will start from shlok number 21 to recite together. Okay? So shlok number 21.
Okay.
Everybody know the page?
84.
Page number 84 for the small Gita that everybody has. Okay. You guys ready? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up if you got it. Awesome. Okay. You guys are ready? We start with 21st shlok and then we go to 29. Dakshu, can you sit in the front like this to me? Good job. And then if you want to put the book in the middle so he can see it. Okay. Okay, let's start.
Veda vinashinam.
Okay.
Veda vinashinam nityam ya enam ajram नित्यमव्ययम् कथं स पुरुष पार्थ गं घातयति हन्तिकम् वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नावानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान् यन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावक न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुत अच्छेद्योऽयमदायोऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुरचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि अतः चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मादपि हर्यते न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमद्यानि भारत अव्यक्तमीदनान्येव तत्र का परिदेवना आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवद् वदति तदेव चान्यः आश्चर्यवत् चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वापि येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
Okay. So we start, on by 25th shlok, Krishna Bhagavan understood that Arjun is not getting it. So to make it easier, he actually summed it up saying that, okay, we understood, sum it up and say, hey, we understood that, let's say, even if you are a body, so far he was saying you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect, you are the consciousness, and consciousness never die and never get birth. But what happened is now he's saying, okay, you are, let's say you are body, because he understood that Arjuna is not getting that concept. So he's saying, okay, let's say you are not the body, you are the body, right? So he's saying still you don't have to worry about it. Now everybody will be what? So far you were saying not to be worried because I'm not this, so I don't harm anybody. I'm not gonna hurt anybody. If I even do this war, I'm not gonna hurt. Now you are saying even if you are body, you don't have to worry about it. So then before Arjuna asks any question, Krishna Bhagavan moves on to the next question and next part and say, hey, why you don't have to worry about it? Because whatever take birth, the death is certain. Right? Whatever gonna have a born or have a birth, they will get death. There is a certain death to it. But he says whoever dies will have a birth again. So what two concepts that Krishna Bhagavan brings in the slok number 27?
Rebirth and reincarnation.
Yeah. Yes, Anne? You are on mute. I cannot hear you, Beta. Never mind? Okay. So it is saying that, so whatever is going to get born here, right, it's going to have definitely, certainly, it's going to go away, right? It's not going to stay forever. It's temporary. It's going to come here and it's going to go. But whatever is temporary, whatever going to die will come again. So the two concept came in this slok is, one was rebirth, right? Rebirth. And what was the second one?
Reincarnation.
Wait.
What is the second? Why are you
Here.
karma, right? Because how are you going to take a body again? What is the propellant of another body? Getting another body, what is the propellant for that? It's the law of karma, right? So law of karma came, and what came? Rebirth came in this slok, right? We talked a lot about karma last class. So anybody remember what were the three kind of karmas that we talked about?
Oh, I remember it, but I just don't remember them. So you don't
Anybody remember?
I remember what time.
Okay, Sunny has raised his hand there. So anybody else before I go to Sunny, because he will know.
Urja knows it.
Urja, you remember? Okay. I know you guys who were on vacation doesn't know. Okay. So Sunny, how about you tell us the three karma? You are the only one who knows.
Sanchit,
Uh-huh.
Prarabdha,
Yeah.
Agami.
Good job. Okay, Sanchit, Prarabdha and Agami. Okay, anybody can tell me what is Sanchit except Krisha and Sunny? Sanchit. Sanchit karma.
It's a type of karma.
Yeah, what kind of karma was
Wait,
it?
what? Oh.
Did we not tell we're not gonna comment on anybody? Right? We're gonna have to recite the whole 72 sloks. Remember that, okay, guys? Everybody, that punishment still stays. Okay. Yeah, Sean, you know what is Sanchit karma?
Oh.
Sanchit
Be in your
karma?
notebook. Sean.
Come on, guys. Come on,
I
Sean.
remember the circles.
Yeah.
And then the arrows. No, the circle arrows. The circles and the arrows.
Yeah, but what is it?
What is the Sanchit karma? Yeah.
It's karma accumulated from many lives.
Yeah,
Oh.
Sanchit karma accumulated from many lives, right? So that is Sanchit karma, which everybody has it, right? Everybody has it. Lot of
Except for
karma
enlightened people.
that are sitting in your basket where it is accumulating. So Sanchit means accumulation. So accumulation of all the life's karma is Sanchit karma. Then what was Prarabdha karma? Oh, Sasha knows about it. Hold on.
It basically makes like your life, your whole entire life. It decides what happens in your life.
Yeah, you're right. So this life, Prarabdha karma gives you this life, the current life. So out of Sanchit karma, there is a one type of karma, not one kind of karma, but one part of those karma. Slice of Sanchit karma gives you all this life, which has everything on it. Like when are you gonna get you will be born on this earth, who will be your parents, how big your life will be, what will be your lifespan, everything is on Prarabdha karma. So everybody are born with the Prarabdha karma. Otherwise, who will decide who will be our parents, or who will decide that our genetic formation should match our parents, right? So that's all thing is done with the Prarabdha karma. So those are that karma that goes and give us this life, and whichever gonna go and do. So it's a slice of Sanchit karma that came out and gave us this life, right? Then what was the third karma? Anybody remember? Oh, he told us. The third karma was Agami karma. What was it, Sean?
Oh, the future karma.
The future karma that we're gonna keep doing in this life. So Agami means future, coming up. So coming up karma are the karma that we're gonna keep doing in this life, right? So those three karma we talk about it, right? So that was we actually went through the whole karma and what it does. So good deal leads to merit. Merit leads to the happiness, right? And then bad, like immoral or immoral work leads to demerit, which is papa, and pap leads to dukkha, that is sadness or suffering, right? So it is very simply given: good, good, bad, bad, right?
Just like my life.
Right? None escape the law of karma. It is always you do good, you will get good. You do bad, you will get bad. And that's how the life goes, right? So that is law of karma. That gives us this life, and we do this birth, we get that. Now, I am missing the student who asked me a very, very profound question today.
Why am I still here?
And I'm missing him a lot. You know who that was?
Oh, it's not me.
No, you were not there last time. Ishan.
Oh.
Yeah.
You did it?
Ishan asked a very good question, and
Oh,
we
yes,
should
you did.
all ask, because we are sitting in this class. And you know, I know that probably your parents told you to come in this class. It was not that you said that I want to go in the class, because I know that everybody's parent got to know that this class is happening, and your parents say, hey, go to this class. But while we are sitting in this class, this question should come in everybody's mind, right? We talk about purpose of life. We talk about that we are in this. Gita teaches the purpose of life, why we are here, why we are living, what is our life. And we talk about moksha a lot, right? Liberation. We talk about freedom, that's why the spirituality we need to follow, because we need to get liberation. We need to get out of this life and death cycle, rebirth cycle, and we can only get by getting liberation or moksha, right? And he said last time, he asked me a question saying that, why do we need to come out of this life and death cycle? Why can't we keep going, right? Why?
He wants to keep going.
Right,
Because once
yeah.
you keep going through the motions, then it's just boring.
But we want to go back, right? We want to keep going. Why won't we come out? It's so fun, right? When we are kids, we are playing, there's a
I
fortnight.
wouldn't know. I don't have a life.
Right. There's a fortnight to go. There's so much things to do, right? Why do we need to come out of the life and death? Yeah, that's it.
So when I was 3, it didn't even feel like I was 2.
I know. That's what happened. You're right. So guys, we're gonna
Your brother is a genius. The smartness behind that question, like honestly.
okay. So there is a guys. Can we not talk about it? You said a very good things. You keep saying it.
What did you
Okay.
You said when I was
But-
3, I
Okay.
wasn't 2.
No, he just realized he was 3, right? So that was good. So hey guys,
I
let's.
literally felt like I was 3.
Okay, you are good with it. Hey guys, you guys have to
They're
stop
not-
laughing.
They're
Time out. Okay. So we talk about this a lot, that hey, why do you, and that question makes me think that probably we all have this question, not just him, that why are we thinking about, why are we going to this Gita classes and all these things, and why are we doing this? So you need to have that answer, because if you don't have an answer about this, you are just coming with no purpose, not looking forward to it. So I want to explain that a little bit before we move on to the next slok, because this is very important for us to know why. Why are we asking to go to, moksha, or why do we look for that? So, I just want to give you a background about, there is a very nice book that was written by Houston Smith. The title was Religion of the World, right? Before, the title was, by the way, it was Religion of Men, but it was not politically right. So they changed the book title to Religion of the World. So when he started writing this classic book, he was started with Hinduism, right? And he's like, how should I introduce this Hinduism to such a vast population, right? The whole world. And I'm talking about Hinduism, and it's just such a big religion. It has so much into it, right? It has so much vast information, diversity, everything. How can I introduce that? So thinking through it, the first thing what he said when he introduced Hinduism, he said, in Hinduism, what you want to have, you can get it. You can have it. So now questions asked like, it's a very good thing, right? What you want, you will have it, right? With this religion. And then before we become so happy, first we have to dissect what we want, right? We can have it. I can understand that religion will give you whatever you want. But what do we want, right? So let's dig a little bit deeper in thinking about what do we want. right? So first we start with what are people chasing, right? The first thing comes in the mind is the pleasure, right? Pleasure gives what? Happiness, right? Happiness and satisfaction. Those are two things that we look for, right? It's like what I'm looking for. So as a student, you're looking, hey, nice, good grades, right? Good friends, good food, right?
Can I get that?
Right? These are the things that we are chasing for, right? Aren't we chasing for those things like good friends, good, I get chance to play some games with somebody, good games, good food, and probably people with my age will like, oh, good job, good house, good salary, good, my kids do good, right?
Good
All
kids.
these things, good kids, right? Good kids, obedient kids, right? So I find satisfaction in those things, right? You will find satisfaction in different things, but it's all surrounded by what? Pleasure, right? So everything that we chase is the pleasure, right? So I think probably if we all ask for pleasure and we get it, we should be happy.
No, because we want more. No, because we want more than what we already have. It just no matter how much we want.
Right. So what happened is, it is being said that a single-minded, if you go again for pleasure, it is very soon that nothing pleases you, right? So if you keep going behind the pleasure, nothing will please you. So what happened now? We need something else, right? So the first thing comes as a pleasure that we are looking for. Let's say pleasure is the first thing that we look for. Then probably we moved out and we will look, okay, so there are other things that give pleasure. So what are the other things? So for you would be pleasure is like, hey, good friends, good food, good education, good grades. For me it will be good wealth. I'm looking for wealth, right? So next comes as wealth. I want wealth, fame, right? Name. I need name. A name, a
Like
fame,
people to
like
know you.
people to know you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I already have that.
Everybody know my name and everybody know. So this is what I'm gonna look for: wealth, achievements, name, fame. So what happened if you change this to Sanskrit word is kama?
So karma without the R?
Yeah.
Good on
Then
you.
if you look at the second part where it comes wealth and everything, it's artha.
Karma. Can you be quiet?
Artha. Artha means that you need money, wealth, fame, right? All those things that comes through the wealth. That's what achievements. So I'm looking for, first I'm looking for karma, then I'm looking for artha, right? So here the pursuit is, again, we are going through happiness, but the satisfaction is material wealth, right? Here pursuit is pleasure, right? So the karma is pleasure, artha is wealth, material world, right? Then after that, okay, I got this and this. I'm still, that's going to give me happiness and satisfaction for how long?
2 minutes.
Little.
Oh my god!
Little. Then I will go. Then I will start doing what? I will say. We don't comment on anybody's comment, right?
We didn't make two.
I know, but then we stop. We move on.
on.
We move on, right? So then,
She just said not to comment.
so then what happened is when we have all this, or along with this, we talk about that we want to be moral, like ethical. We don't want to get into jail or get into police or anything. We want to be doing these things ethically, right? Morally. So that comes dharma, right? So we have dharma that we follow. This is R, okay? I don't know why it keeps going as a S. Dharma, right? Moral, ethical behavior. So these three things, we look for it and find that we want happiness and satisfaction from here. Ultimate goal is what?
Oh my god!
happy and satisfaction,
And satisfaction.
right?
You're on the board, like on the top of the
Okay. So satisfaction and happiness. That's what the ultimate goal is. With these three, we will try to achieve it, right? We have many examples that after having all these three, still people are not happy. And I will tell you, just to give you an example, there was do you guys all know Kate Spade?
Oh, the designer who's suicide.
Why do you know? Why?
Everybody
Actually,
knows
why am I
her.
not surprised? No one else knows.
No one else knows that.
Okay.
Isn't it a company?
She had everything what we say. Like there was another person, like a chef who is worldwide known, best chef. You got it,
Oh, okay.
right? No. What did you say? Anthony. I was talking about Anthony Burden.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah. So
Why?
So here is, guys, listen to me properly. This is very sensitive thing that we need to discuss today. That's why I want to bring this up, right? So I'm giving these examples because these guys had wealth, they had pleasure, everything was there. They were living moral, ethical life, right? Everything was there with them. Still, they went and took their own life, right? Because there was something missing out of this, right? Though they had it, and New York Times actually, when they wrote about them, and they actually took their life within a week or something.
Yeah,
So
they
New
were
York,
really close.
so New York actually Times put an article together for both life together, and they said that if we think about happiness, the worldly happiness that we always picture, and we always think this would be the happiness, like if you have wealth, if you are so good to do, you have a good job, you have money, you have a good relationship, you have good people around you, and you have everything, you have name, fame, everything. Would you not be happy? With this thing, it looks like you should be happy, right? But there is still missing happiness, right? After doing all these, still we are missing happiness, and we are missing satisfaction. A lot of people missing it, right? That's where the fourth thing comes, which is moksha, right? The liberation, or we talk about the freedom. Moksha. Moksha meaning freedom, right? Now, everybody will take it, moksha what? I need freedom from what? My body? No. My life? No.
Oh.
Right? We are here. God gave us, what is it? Suspiciousness? Good job. So think about it, right? We got this body as a tool from God, right? We got this body as a tool, right? So we need to use this body as a tool to make it going, right? To achieve all these things that we talk about. Now, when we talk about moksha, when I say that it's a freedom, just keep that thought in your mind for a minute, right? So I will tell you one thing. We went to an ice cream place where it was saying, okay, what ice cream would you like to have? What kind of bowl you want to have? And I'm like, what are the kind, right? So he said, one is I like it. The second one is I love it. And the third one is I got to have it, right? And as you go up, have you eaten that store? Right, you got it? So, I like it is a smaller one. I love it is a little bigger bowl. And I got to have it is the biggest bowl, right? So, which one would you like to have it?
The
Right?
biggest one. I mean,
The second biggest one.
Here is the thing, guys. I'm not asking you to have any of those
The
because
second biggest one.
I know, but we don't have ice cream right now. But I'm just saying it.
I was thinking this was a hands-on experience.
It's exactly the way desires work, right? What happened is desire says, oh, I like it. I would like to have it, right? Then slowly we moved on to the bigger jar which says, oh, I love it. I want to have it. Then it becomes like, I cannot live without it.
Addiction.
then it becomes addiction, right? And it's become a bigger.
And it makes you, it hurts you.
It keeps going in there, right?
Oh, isn't it like when you get addicted to something, so like you start off with drugs, but then when you keep going with so much, then
And then as soon as you be with it for a long, and then as soon as you be with it for a long time, anywhere you go, you gotta take it with you.
I know.
Yeah.
So you get into it. So what happened here? Did you understand that? It's the same way our life is, right? We like it, we start thinking about it, then we get into it, we love it, and then we want to have it. But then slowly our goals start getting bigger and bigger. And then there are so many things that we cannot live without it. That makes our happiness go far away. Because now we cannot live without it, right? So we have to have it. If that thing or that person or that place is not around us, what happens? We go through suffering, right? That the suffering comes, right? The same way as these three are, it just keeps filling the bowl bigger and bigger. Now we need something to be free from those things, right? That's where the moksha comes. Now, lot of religion talks about it. You also think about it like moksha is like when I die, after that I will go in heaven. That's the moksha, right? Or I will do whatever is in this life, I'm going to keep living this life, and then I will think about it after death. So moksha is always after death, which is a wrong concept, right? Moksha is not after death. Because after death, what do you know? What's going to happen, right? Moksha has to be freedom right here and right now. Freedom from what? Freedom from
Material possession.
all the pleasure that you can control. Possession. So it's freedom from the desires of what you are capturing over. That's what the moksha is, right? That's where the moksha comes from. That's where the liberation comes from. And that's what we are looking for when we talk about spirituality. You got the point? So why do we need the freedom from death and birth? It's not about freedom from death and birth. What is it talking about? Freedom from our
material.
all the desires and material pleasures and everything that we get stuck to it, right? So I'm going to tell you one more thing. So there is a story about there was a donkey, right? You know, in India, I don't know if you guys have seen it, or I have seen it in my life. I don't know if you guys had this experience. Donkey, actually all washermen, there is washermen. They pick clothes from everybody's house and they put it on, load it over a donkey, and they take it to the river and they wash it. These are washermen. They actually take your clothes from your house when there was no washing machine. You know, in India there was not much washing machine at that time when we were growing up. So these washermen, cloth washermen, come to your house, take your clothes, they actually put it on donkey and they take the donkey to the river, and then they tie the donkey there, they wash the clothes, they dry it in the sun, they bring it back, they iron it, and they give it to you. So that's how the laundry used to work. So there was a donkey and there was a washerman, right? He loaded all the clothes on the donkey. He took the donkey to the river and he said, okay, you know, let me tie the donkey to the tree and start washing. But then he realized that, oh my God, I forgot the rope that I used to tie the donkey. Now if I go to the river and start washing the clothes, what's going to happen is my donkey will run away. I would not be able to see where he's going. I don't have it. And he started thinking about what should I do? A wise man was passing by, and he said, what happened to you? Why are you crying? And he says that I'm crying because I don't have a rope to tie the donkey, right? So, and donkey will run away, so I need a rope to tie it. And he said, you know what? How about you pretend that you're tying a rope to him, and then tie the rope to the tree as always you do it. Just pretend without the rope, and then you go and wash your clothes. So the washerman said, oh, that's a good idea. Let me try that. So he just go around the donkey's neck, tie it, put it on the tree, tie it, and he went. And then while washing the clothes, he kept looking at it. The donkey was there, didn't even move. He was just standing there all day. After that, after he finished the whole washing the clothes and took drying the clothes and piling it up, putting it on donkey's back, and said, "Come on, let's go." He didn't move. And then he said, "Come on, let's go. And he doesn't move. He just stays there. Then he ran back to that wise guy and he said, "What happened? My donkey is not moving now. What did you do to him?" He said, "No, I did not do anything. You did it." And he said, "What?" He said that, do pretend again that you open the rope. And then you see donkey will move. And so he came back and he pretended to open the rope, and then he said, "Come on, donkey," and donkey started walking. So the part that I was trying to explain here, what happened is this freedom, the moksha that we are talking about, it is always there in us. It's not that you have to look for it. It's always there in us. What we have to do is we have to figure it out, that how we can come out of this bondage. So the donkey was tied with the bondage, right? He was binded with that rope to that tree, right? So how we are tied with these bondage, the worldly thing, right? All these worldly pleasure, we are bounded in it, with it, right? So even it is pretend, but we are standing there, we are actually stuck with it, we know. It's moksha is not that you have to look around and find or come to the Gita class and look. It's already in you. What Gita class does it actually points it out that it's in you. And then you start looking at it. The first thing that I said in the class, what was there in the back and what's there in the front is not significant. What's within you, that's the significance. So the moksha that we are looking, the happiness, the profound happiness forever, it's within you, right? You are bounded, like how donkey was thinking that he was attached to that rope, or he was, stuck with that rope to the tree. That's what we think when we are in this human life, how we are attached to all worldly desire and doesn't want to move out of it, right? So religion gives 3-4 paths for us to get moksha, right? So there are many different paths in Hindu religion that actually divided and give us moksha. The first one is devotional. You can go bhakti yoga, which we say bhakti yoga means you devote yourself to the God, right? You pray them, you do all the worship to them, you devote every single work to them, and that gives you moksha, means that liberates you from these worldly desires.
Is that like the Buddha did?
Yes. The Buddha actually did not do God. He actually did meditation.
Oh, okay.
So that's the second path. So what happens is the second part is you do meditation, you do yoga, right? And then you understand what yourself is and then get liberated, right? The third way is to go get gyan, what we are doing right now. Like we are getting knowledge about it, right? That's going to give us liberation, because what we're going to do is we're going to understand what is permanent, what is impermanent, and that's how we're going to get liberated. But liberated is not that we're not going to live our life, right? We're still going to live our life. But what's going to happen is we will understand that these are not pursuit for happiness, will not ever give us everlasting happiness, right? There will be another thing that we need to look for everlasting happiness, because moksha is the one that gives everlasting happiness, right? So these are temporary happiness, but this is the one that's going to give you everlasting happiness, right? So that's why we talk about liberation, and we talk about, coming out of this cycle of birth and death. When we go in very much detail later on, after we are, probably done half the Gita, then I will make you understand how moksha is right now and right here that we are talking about. We are not waiting to die and then get a moksha, right? That's not our ultimate goal. Our ultimate goal is, while living this life, I want forever happiness. I don't want temporary happiness. I want happiness that stays with me forever. That's what everybody is looking for, right? Isn't it? That's where we started. Everybody is looking for that everlasting satisfaction and happiness. And these three cannot give it. So that's why we came to the fourth step that's going to give it. Now you will ask me, how do you know that moksha will give everlasting happiness? How do I know? Right? Because people who got that, we have known, like Gautam Buddha, right? Vivekananda Swami, all those people got that, and they actually taught us, saying that this is the way to get profound happiness or everlasting happiness. Right? You got it?
Yeah.
Any question? It was too many things, right? It was a lot that I downloaded to you guys.
Can we talk for a few minutes?
No, be quiet.
So, while we are on this topic, I will tell you there are actually our Vedas differentiated 4 kind of human beings. Like there are 4 kind of human beings. So the first one is Pamar, which is, I'll write it down so that I.
Four types of beings.
Pamar. I don't know how you spell, how you gonna pronounce A's in both, but there are 4 kinds. Daksha, you need to look at me, Raja.
Yeah.
That's the only way you will get it.
I'm just excited because I'm going to so much.
I know. Okay. I think the Hindi it says Pamar, but in English I don't know how to spell it. I just put 2 A's, Pamar, but it is Pamar.
I have a Hindi book, so I know what that means.
Yeah, you can say. So what are these kind of people, right? These kind of people are people who actually only wants pleasure,
Well, that's not me.
right? They are only looking for pleasure from this life, right? So what is it? Eat, drink, and be merry? Is that what it is? Eat, drink, and be merry?
Yes? No.
Right? So that kind of people are, this is not used as a good word when you talk about somebody, oh you are, like in Hindi if you say you are Pamar kind of person, it's not a good way to say that person, right? So this person only looks for pleasure. And
Can
that
you sit down? Oh my god. And can you pay attention? You're not gonna
the
do
second
it.
one is
I'm gonna.
Vishya.
Vishay?
Vishya.
Vishya or Vishay?
Vishya. Vishya.
Vishay or Vishay?
Vishya. Vishya.
Vishay?
Y.
on the board.
I-A or A-Y? It's the A.
V-I-S-H-A-Y or V. What?
V-I-S-H-A-Y-A.
Yeah, she did have an A. So
It's right there.
So you said V-I-S-H-A-Y.
Yeah.
So they actually earn pleasure with morality, ethics. So those are the ones that actually go with the pleasure. They earn wealth, they earn everything, but they are at the point of where if we talk to them or they get a direction, they might go towards the next level. But they are right now ethically earning and living their life, right?
Ethically pleasure?
Yeah, kind of, they are
Or you
doing.
could just write get pleasure with ethics.
That's
That's too many words.
pleasure.
I just said
Ethically earning
You guys are
pleasure.
just lazy.
With moral.
Ethically earning
No, you guys
pleasure.
are just lazy.
Yeah,
Like, look at her notes.
moral means they follow the dharma.
5 pages.
How about this one is just artha and kama that we talk about, artha and kama, they go on a, this one actually follow, they get artha and kama, but they follow with dharma.
Dharma is.
You remember we talk about artha, kama, dharma and moksha?
Yes.
Right? So those 4 stages,
So, comma.
kama and artha. Now this is they are doing dharma, they gain artha and kama, but they do through dharma.
So they're better than the first.
Oh, so they're getting wealth and pleasure by having moral ethics.
You got it. Right? Okay.
That's
Now
about the wealth and pleasure.
the third one is sadhak.
I've heard that word before.
Yeah, sadhak. You guys are able to see everything?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I can't read
Okay.
He's not talking to you.
He?
Okay. So, sadhak. Sadhak is one that is a spiritual seeker, right? That are going for a seeking of spirituality, right? Spiritual seeker. So these ones are the one who are following it, where I feel you guys all are, because you guys all are coming to Gita
Oh
class.
my god, we're on the third stage.
Alright? So you all are.
You're the third type of
The
person.
other two people are like the
These
first
are the types of two people.
Yeah, yeah.
You're the third type of
Because
person.
whenever you are moving from, whenever you are going to this and this, you might have some part of this and some part of this, right? When you jump from this to this, you might have some part of this, some part of this, right? I feel I will actually congratulate you. You guys are actually coming here because you are coming to class and you listen to it and you answer the questions.
Well, some of us. Yeah, woo,
So we come to the sadhak level, right? And then the fourth one is siddha. Siddha means they are all enlightened people, right? So siddha is enlightened. They already got it. They know what they are, and they know what you know they are gonna do in this life. So that's the siddha, right? So these are like perfectionists. So they are like the one Buddha and Vivekananda Swami, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, whatever we talk about, all those ones fall into siddha, right? So these are the one. Now, the happiness for them and them are very low level of happiness that they look for, right? When you come down here, that's where you start looking for the happiness that is performed, permanent happiness, not just temporary happiness and worldly desires, right? So these are the, just to let you know where you fall. You need to look into it. Keep marking yourself. Hey, I'm still here, or I'm actually going up the ladder.
I think everyone in this class, I think everyone stays in sadhak for a long time.
Yeah, sadhak is a long time, right? But you start is the big deal, right? So now, as we are saying that there are many different kind of ways to achieve moksha, right? So that I say that one is bhakti yoga, then there is a Gyan yoga, which is Dhyan yoga, which is meditation. Through meditation, you do karma yoga, like you devote. Bhakti yoga and karma yoga come parallel together. And then there is a Gyan yoga. Gyan means knowledge. So knowledge yoga. So what we are gaining here is the Gyan yoga, right? Then contemplating on it, you need to meditate and stuff like that and go beyond that level. So that's the way we go for moksha, right? Any question on why are we in this class? Because I really appreciate him asking this question.
Oh my god, you made anything?
You went to Dutch off.
Ishan asked that question last time, so I'm like, let me explain you guys
I
why
have
are we here.
I have no idea.
Okay. So guys, we got it? Can we move on back to our sloks where we were? Okay. Good deal. So actually we were on 29 sloka right in the middle, but we actually did, so just to give you guys to catch up on it, because I know that a lot of you guys were on spring break last week. On 26th he started changing the tone. On 27th he said that the rebirth and bring the concept of karma and rebirth. 28th he said we go from unmanifested to manifested to unmanifested, right? So we came from unmanifested, we get this body, mind, intellect in the middle, we become manifested, and then again we go back to unmanifested, like ocean waves, right? Ocean, when wave come up, they become manifested. We say wave, this is a wave, but then it merge back in ocean and it become unmanifested, then there is no wave, right? So that's what he explained in slok number 28. That's what we are. That's what our is. So the Brahman comes, Then we take a body, we manifest ourselves as a wave, and then we go back in Brahman and we go merge into that, right? Then 29. Dakshu, I will ask you to sit here if you disturb your Didi.
Please ask him to sit there.
Really, I will ask you, then it will be, or you will have to sit next to
Oh,
me.
no, that's even better.
Right? If you disturb your Didi.
It's because she annoys me when it's home.
Yeah, so come here, sit here. Come here. Okay. So 29th slope, right? So we are on 29th slope. We talk about it. It's a lot of, we actually recite that slope. Guys, concentrate. We decide this slope, it was a lot of Ashcharya, right? We read that slope, we decide that it was like Ashcharya Pashyati, right? That's what was the slope. So Ashcharya means amaze, right?
Right? I'm surprised.
Manifest, like magnificent, or we are amazed. So wonder, right? That's what we talked about last time. So there are 4 things he wrote, Krishna Bhagavan said. Now, he is actually consoling Arjun. Arjun is like, I did not get it. So now he is consoling, saying that nobody gets it, right? It's such a profound knowledge that it's not easy to get it, right? So he said, the people who sees it, take it as a wonder. Other people who speaks about it, it's wonder to them. And other people who hears about it, it's wonder to them. And people who know about it, it's a mystery and it's wonder, right? So he's saying that it's wonder to everybody. Even very good people who are actually studying about it, who are student for that, or who are teaching that, or who know about it, cannot live that. So you are not the only one who is so surprised that what is this? I don't get it. Nobody gets it, right? So that's what Krishna Bhagavan is saying. Now we talk about student, right? The people who see cannot get it, right? So we were talking about people who are seeing is the student, right? They are taking that as a student, right? So student, and we talk about it, to become a student of this kind of knowledge, you have to be a rare kind of student, right? You have to have little bit qualifications to become a student of this subject. Not everybody can become a student of this subject, right? I know little bit what's going to happen is your parents going to send you here, but if you are not qualified to gain this knowledge, you will come and sit here and will not gain anything, right? But if you are qualified to get this knowledge, you will gain this knowledge, or you will just not get it, right? So you have to be qualified. So first qualification was what? Who's gonna tell? Vivek. So Vivek was, you get, what was Vivek? What was the definition?
Between real and not real.
Not real. So you know what is real, what is not real, or you know what is temporary and what is permanent. So again, we talk about today that there is a happiness, but there is temporary happiness and there is a permanent happiness. So if a person knows the difference between temporary happiness and permanent happiness, that person can be a student, right? Who can figure this out, right? So the characteristic of that student is, first is Vivek. What was the second?
Yeah, I don't know how to
So it is a different kind of spelling. Now you say how to say Vairagya, and I will spell accordingly because there is a lot many. Vairagya. How would you say?
V-A-I-R. For spelling. She cannot spell. I can't spell.
V-A.
Well, that should make sense. That's what I hear.
Vairagya. V-A-I-R.
No, Abby, what?
Sane is the best in spelling if I know. Sane will spell Vairagya right.
No,
A-G-Y-A.
no, but shouldn't it be someone who can't spell, so when they
That's what I
say
think.
it,
You have to unmute right. How would you spell Vairagya, Raja?
That's correct.
What is it?
That's correct. I mean, that's how I wrote it.
V-Y-R-A-G-Y?
That's how I wrote it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
How'd you
Say it one
spell
time and I'll stop it.
Vairagya.
V-A-I-R. What? Say one more time.
Ragya.
R-A-G-Y.
G-Y. That's what I said.
Oh, you change Y to AI then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it is a vairagya. Let's come about it. What is vairagya? Can we talk about it? What is vairagya?
It is the passion.
The passion, yeah.
Dispassion. Dispassion.
I said that.
Nishi, you did not hear that last time, so it's better you listen to it properly.
Yeah, you should be
So,
writing this down.
dispassion. Vairagya is dispassion of worldly desires, right? Now, what happened is, I would say that this actually is in content to your, spirituality study or something. But even if you put these qualifications in your regular studies as a student, it will fit into that too, right? So when I talk about dispassion of worldly thing, or dispassion of dispassion of non-eternal things, then if you are going to study something, then dispassion of everything else other than that subject or that part. That's what it talks about, vairagya means. Like if you want to take the math test, you actually concentrate on math and study the math. So, and leave everything away. Leave all your game, all your Fortnite, all your other chatting with friends and everything. You have to be dispassionate to those things. And then only you can get math going. So that's how, that's the characteristic you should have it as a student to master any subject. Right? If you want to be master in every subject, you have to have a dispassion to get it. Okay, so that's the second qualification that you need. The third qualification was actually six disciplines. Wow.
Can you stop? I wrote it down, man. You should write it down.
6 disciplines, right? I'm going to talk these disciplines very quickly because this subject will come again and again because we need to be master on this, right? So it's going to come again. But I'm going to talk about this one little quickly. So discipline is first is Shama, which is internal peace, quietness. You have to have internal quietness to get that. But that's how it comes up, right? So the main
Did you write forgiveness too?
It's a Shama, S-H-A-M-A.
You just read mine.
No, I didn't.
The second one is Dhamma. The second one is Dhamma, D-A-M-A. But it's Dhamma, control of senses. So again, if we talk about spirituality, you control all your senses because that's the connection with outer world. Right? The senses is the one that connects us with the outer world. Right? Eye, ear, touch, that all connects with the outer world. So those are the senses that connects, and so we need to control our senses. We don't follow the senses all the time, right? I love this movie. I want to watch it because my eyes love it, right? So that's the senses. And I don't want to watch the movie because I have a math test tomorrow. That's control of senses, right? So control of senses come with Dhamma.
Doesn't it come back to like pleasure versus good too?
Yeah, that does. Then the third thing is Uparati. R-A-T-I, Uparati. Uparati is withdrawal from attraction of the world. Like, what happens is we keep going back to the same thing again and again. Like we pull ourselves, but it's so much chances to go back and put yourself into it. So withdrawal from the world desire, from addiction to the world. Now this is about spirituality. Now if we talk about your own subject, like we are going through the math test too many times. So if we are talking about math test here, we have to withdraw ourselves from all the world so that we can concentrate on studying. The same qualification is needed for spirituality, right? Then next comes Titiksha, which actually I'm going to write it up there.
T-I-T.
It's actually T-H.
Oh, titik.
Titiksha. shama, dama, uparati, titiksha. Yes.
At 5 o'clock, we will be done the class.
No, because we started.
We started very late. Right?
Yeah.
So
And
just
be quiet
hang
and
in
sit down.
It wasn't because of us.
But
Can you?
it's still been 1 hour.
No, it hasn't.
Can you be quiet? Like you're gonna fail school. You just. I'll duct tape this now.
So titiksha is spiritual fortitude, which is toughness, right? Even if it is rain or snowing or anything, I will still go and attend the Gita class. That kind of toughness. Or even if it is rain or the best movie
There was
playing,
no Wi-Fi.
best movie playing on the TV.
Wi-Fi is just a
Guys,
mindset.
guys. You know, sometimes the example goes far away because you guys start talking. So that it doesn't connect. So let me connect all the examples so it goes faster. So what happened is, as a student, if we are going for math test and we will say, oh, there is a good movie playing, I want to watch that. But that toughness will come when there is a movie going on, still we don't watch it. No matter what, I'm going to study, right? That means titiksha, the toughness that we get. So if we don't have it, the student doesn't have that toughness, then they cannot be the student of this subject, right? Then the next is samadhana.
That's time.
Samadhana.
The M though.
S-A-M-A. Samadhan. That is settledness. Settledness means not having restlessness.
Concentration of the
Concentration. So having concentration is important, right? I don't have to tell you that as a math test you have to concentrate on studying it. You know that, right? In spirituality also you have to have samadhana. That is concentration, right? The last one is shraddha.
I know her.
Wow, I love that. My grammar thing.
Shraddha.
I think it's
Oh, S-H, sorry.
yeah, SH. That's what I was thinking.
S-H-R-A-D-H. S-H-R-A-D-H-A. Shraddha.
Honestly.
Shraddha, who knows the meaning of Shraddha? You both put your hand down.
I think Sunny.
We're
Sane, you know Shraddha?
Worship?
Anybody know Shraddha?
Happiness.
Except that actress Shraddha. Anybody else know?
I have Shraddha. I
Yes.
know captive.
Who was saying I know?
Forgiveness.
That's Shama Raja. So Shraddha is, yeah.
Is it faith?
Yes.
Good job. Faith.
I do that all by myself.
Sean's
Totally. Sean's not even here.
No, okay, that's fine. Shraddha is not just faith. It's like a, when you talk about Shraddha, it's working faith. It's not that whatever came, right? Somebody says, oh, this God is going to give you all the wealth, go worship that God. Not that kind of faith, right? We are talking about working faith. You got it. Like you know that whatever, I don't understand right now. Something that I don't understand, but there is something to it. I don't understand Gita right now, but there is something that I need to understand. That Shraddha we are talking about, right? So you have to have Shraddha in what you are going to be studying at. You know, if biology book comes and you say, no, I don't believe in this book, will you gain the knowledge?
Who comes?
Right? So you actually need to have faith in the book, right? You need to have faith in that math book that the author is doing it right, right? When I am telling you something and you say, no, I want to prove you wrong, then it's going to be, that's not right, right? So that is Shraddha. It's a working faith. It's not just not thinking faith. I'm not thinking and just somebody said I'm doing it. That's not it. It's a working faith that I analyzed it. There is something that I'm gonna gain out of it. That's why I'm putting my Shraddha into it. So when we read Gita, we say, hey, I have Shraddha in this book. I have faith in this book. That's why I'm gonna read it, because I'm gonna be benefited out of it, right? That Shraddha, the student should have it. That's the only way you should study and you should get the knowledge, right? So this was 6th discipline, And then the last one, the last qualification the student should have is mumutshutvu. And I'm going to spell it for you. That's the fourth thing. M-U. It's different.
I know. Shutu. S-H, right?
No, K-S-H.
Oh, K-S-H, right? S-H-U-T-U.
D-A-M.
What?
Mumutshutvam. That's a V after the T.
Can you just spell it out?
M-U-M-U-K-S-H.
Shut up!
Can I spell so everybody can hear and listen to it, please? M-U-M-U-K-S-H-U-T-V-A-M. Mumutshutvam.
People make words like this.
It's a Hindi word, right? It's a Sanskrit word.
It's probably a compound word.
So this word, guys, we have to close the class, right? Everybody's parents are coming here now. So mumutshutvu is intense desire of learning, right?
Never had that.
Intense desire of learning. Have it in Gita class. If you don't have it anywhere else, I'm okay. Have it in there. So intense desire of learning. So the student should have all these qualifications if they want to study any spirituality, right? So you understand that part, student? Anybody has any question on
Wait,
these?
intense learning of what?
Intense desire to learn. Intense desire to learn. Right?
I did of learning.
Yeah.
So, these are rare kind of students that can come. And you should be proud that you are one of these rare students who are coming to this class and learning this, right? So you have to have these characteristics to even learn or get out of this class. So when you are in this class, think about these characteristics. Yeah. What were you asking?
We just finished book 30 today.
29.
No, we are still at 29. I know, we are still at 29. We have to move faster. If you guys don't talk among themselves, we could have finished 29.
That's at the
And
end.
this was just the meaning, the deeper meaning of first line of 29.
Oh.
We have 3 more lines remaining on 29.
That was one line.
That was one line, right?
So
I could talk in one line and explain all that, Like, that's how I talk. I have so many words.
essays would be
You have to write like one line. Then you're done.
No, this is the meaning of just one line of sloka number 29. Okay, guys, we are not finished.
Nisha, you know what it was.
What I have to do is, there are 4 corners in this room. And these 4 girls are going to go sit in each corner next time. So that we can go faster, right? We have to go faster.
Yeah.
And he's sitting
And you'll
next
sit
to
in the
me.
middle. Or
He's going to sit next to me.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right? Okay, let's close it, guys.
Vasudeva Sukam Devam Kamsacharunamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurue